Today let's look at placebo effect, the harnessing the power of the mind for healing. In its simplest form, a placebo is a substance or treatment that has no therapeutic effect. The term originates from the Latin word placebo, which means I shall please. But how can something that's essentially nothing bring about real physical changes in our bodies? That's where the placebo effect comes into play. When a person believes they're receiving a treatment, their expectations and beliefs can trigger real biological responses in their body, mimicking the effects of an actual treatment. This is the placebo effect. Now let's delve a little deeper and explore the biological mechanisms behind this phenomenon. When our mind is convinced that we're receiving a treatment, it can stimulate the release of certain brain chemicals such as endorphins and dopamine. These neurotransmitters play crucial roles in our body. Endorphins, for instance, are our body's natural painkillers. They help reduce discomfort and promote feelings of pleasure. Dopamine, on the other hand, is associated with the reward system in our brain, contributing to feelings of satisfaction and motivation. The placebo effect doesn't just stop there. It can also impact various symptoms and conditions. It's been observed to help reduce pain, improve sleep, alleviate depression, and even slow the progression of diseases like Parkinson's. But what makes a placebo effective? Several factors come into play here. The way the placebo is administered, the relationship between the patient and the healthcare provider, the patient's belief in the treatment, and even the color and size of the placebo pill can all influence the effectiveness of the placebo effect. As we've seen, our mind is a powerful tool that can trigger healing responses in our body. The placebo effect is a testament to the power of belief and the intricate interplay between our mind and body. It's an exciting reminder of how our perception can shape our reality, even regarding healing and health. Now let's explore how our autonomic system responds to a placebo. The autonomic system, composed of the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, regulates our body's unconscious actions like heart rate, digestion, respiratory rate, and pupillary response. Interestingly, when a placebo is introduced, this system can react as if it's responding to a natural drug. A placebo can trigger a cascade of physiological changes. For instance, if a person believes they're taking a medication to lower blood pressure, the autonomic system might slow the heart rate and dilate the blood vessels, effectively lowering blood pressure. This response demonstrates the power of belief and expectation. The autonomic response to a placebo isn't just limited to blood pressure. It can manifest in various ways, from changes in pain perception to alterations in mood and anxiety levels. This is due to the complex interplay between the autonomic system and the brain's reward and expectation circuits. The autonomic response to a placebo shows the intricate connection between our mind and body. Let's turn our attention to the neuroendocrine response to a placebo. The neuroendocrine system is a complex network that communicates between our nervous and endocrine systems. It's responsible for regulating various bodily functions, from our sleep patterns to our metabolism and even our mood. Now, when a placebo comes into play, it can stimulate this system in fascinating ways. The anticipation or belief in the effectiveness of a treatment can trigger the release of certain hormones. For instance, a placebo painkiller can lead to the release of endorphins, our body's natural painkillers. On the other hand, a placebo for stress might prompt the release of dopamine, a hormone associated with feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. These changes in our neuroendocrine system can lead to real, tangible changes in our physical state. It's a testament to the power of belief and expectation on our health and well-being. The neuroendocrine response further highlights the power of our mind in our healing process. What about our immune system? Does it respond to a placebo? Indeed, our immune response is not left out of the placebo effect's reach. Research has shown that our mind's belief in a treatment's effectiveness can potentially boost our immune system. This is a beautiful dance between the brain and the immune system, choreographed by the power of belief. When we take a placebo, thinking it's a real medication, our brain releases chemicals and hormones. These substances can stimulate the immune system, making it more active and efficient. It's as if our body is putting on its armor, ready to fight off invaders, all because of a sugar pill and the power of belief. The immune response to a placebo is a fascinating area of research, with implications for understanding not only the mind-body connection, but also potential therapeutic interventions. Our immune response to a placebo is yet another testament to the mind's role in healing. How does a placebo affect our motivational system? Let's find out. When we talk about the placebo effect on our motivational system, we're discussing the way a placebo can alter our behavior and drive. It's fascinating to see how a mere belief in a treatment's effectiveness can spur us into action and influence our motivation. This is primarily due to the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter closely tied to our reward and pleasure centers. The anticipation of a reward, in this case the expected benefits of a placebo, can trigger dopamine release. This dopamine surge then propels us, motivating us to pursue activities that lead to reward or pleasure. This is why a placebo can sometimes lead to noticeable improvements in conditions like depression, where motivation is often lacking. By leveraging the expectancy of benefit, the placebo effect can jumpstart our motivational system, pushing us to engage more with life and its various activities. The placebo effect on our motivational system again points to the mind's power in influencing our overall well-being. Now let's look at some neuroimaging evidence that supports the effectiveness of the placebo effect. The brain, being the complex powerhouse that it is, plays a vital role in the placebo effect. Neuroimaging studies have revealed some fascinating insights. Starting with the prefrontal lobe, this part of the brain is associated with planning complex cognitive behavior, decision-making, and moderating social behavior. It's no wonder then that it's heavily involved in the placebo response. Then, we have the middle frontal gyrus brain region. This area is linked to attention, memory, and action, key elements in the placebo effect. But that's not all. Other regions of the brain also light up during placebo response, showing a network of interconnected brain regions all playing their part. These include areas involved in pain processing, reward anticipation, and even emotional processing. Neuroimaging evidence gives us a visual confirmation of how our mind can influence our body's healing process. We've journeyed through the intriguing world of the placebo effect today. We've delved into how our mind, through endorphins, dopamine, and certain brain regions, can create physical changes. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video enlightening, please like it and subscribe to our channel, The Living Brain, for more insightful content.